Hey, welcome back everyone. Let's solve LeetCode 49, group anagrams. So given an array of strings, group the anagrams together. You can return the answer in any order. So look at example 1 here. Oh, by the way, if you don't know what an anagram is, just go back and watch my valid anagram video. An anagram is essentially, let's say you have two words, eat and tea. We can use those as examples. They're anagrams of each other because you can rewrite T as eat using the same characters from T and the same frequency count of each character, right? So if T had an extra A, then T, I guess you'd say, would not be an anagram of eat, okay? So this example 1 here, the anagrams that we get, bat by itself, nat and tan, ate, eat, and tea, okay? Because, for example, bat, there's no string in the strings array that can be rearranged to form bat, right? So that makes sense. Example 2, if you're giving an empty string, you just return a list of lists with empty string, right? And over here, you just return a list with just the character A, right? And the constraints don't look too crazy. We already see the second edge case in example 2. So let's go ahead to the drawing board to get a better understanding of our approach, okay? So essentially what we're gonna do is we will be using this ORD array, and the ORD array is we're gonna wrap it inside of a tuple. So basically this will have with our ORD array, and what's the significance of the ORD array? The ORD array is going to be an identifier for each word inside of our given strings input, right? And why are we going to wrap it inside of a tuple? Because tuples are immutable, right? You can't change them. And how convenient enough if we use a hash map with this tuple of ORD array as a key. Very convenient, right? Because keys in Python, our keys in dictionaries are immutable, and a tuple is immutable, so very convenient. And what is this going to map to? It's going to map to a list of words, which hopefully in our case will be the anagrams, right? Okay, let me draw out the function signature so we have a better idea of this approach, okay? So we'll say something like define group anagrams that takes in a strings array, okay? And like I mentioned, we'll need a hash map. So we'll say hash map is equal to a default dict with values assigned, pre-assigned as lists, right? Because we need the values to be a list type, right? Okay, and then next, we need to iterate through a given input. So we'll say for word and strings. We'll go ahead and define this ORD array. So ORD array is equal to 0 times 26, and that's this right here, okay? All right, so now for each character, so for character and the word, we're gonna update its character count inside the ORD array, right? How do you do that? You just say ORD array index ORD minus ORD of the current character, right? We're gonna update its frequency to plus equals 1, all right? And then once we get out of this for loop, so I want to be at this indentation level, okay? We don't want to be stuck inside the for loop, the end of for loop. We'll say hash map of converting the ORD array to a tuple, right? Because it's immutable, perfect for a key. Tuple of this ORD array, append the word, right? We're trying to build the anagram values list, right? So we're gonna append that same word here, okay? So far, so good. And once we completely terminate with these loops, once we completely terminate with this outer loop, we'll have built a hash map. And what do we return? Let's use list comprehension. So we'll just return value, which is a type list, right? Value for value in our hash map, and we'll use the built-in method values, right? So hashmap.values will return us all of the list values inside of our hash map, okay? And then now we're gonna put them inside of this list here, because that's the data type we want to return, a list of strings, okay? So let's do a walkthrough here if this is a little confusing. And I'm gonna also visually represent our hash map here. So I'll say this here. Clearly this tuple order array will not fit in here, but just visually I want this to click for you guys. So let's get my iteration. I'll just use this color here. Yeah, okay. So we'll do something like this. All right, so for word and strings order array, we have this defined here. So now for character in each word, okay? So ord of z minus ord of character. We actually have a double for loop, so we have this one here, and then I'll just use something like maybe, yeah, this. Okay. So for character, sorry about that. Let me use a better variable here. So we'll say W is for word, and then C is for character. Great. So for character and word, ord Z, which is 122. So 122 minus ord of character. So ord of E is 101. So that's index. So this gives us 21, right? So we find 21, and what do? We plus 1 to it. Okay, so this becomes a 1, right? And we're still inside this for loop. So character now comes here. Okay, so ord of Z, which is 122 minus ord of A, right? Because we're here. Ord of A is equal to 97, so that's 25. So we find 25, and we increment it by 1, right? And now we get here, okay? So we have 122 minus ord of T, which is 116. So this gives us 6. So index 6 here. We plus equals 1. This comes here. The inner for loop is done, right? So we hit this here. So inside of our hash map, imagine if I could squeeze all of this as a tuple. I wish I could squeeze that in so I could explain it. How about I'll say tuple of, I'll just do the indices, 6, 25, that here. We're gonna append to it, because remember this is it has a type list. We're gonna append to it this word, eat, okay? So let's just envision eat is in here. So we have eat, great. So now we're in the outer loop. So word comes here, character starts here. This order array is gonna reset, right? Because we're back inside this outer loop, and what does it do? It resets it at each iteration. Conveniently enough, we remember that T mapped here. So this was a 1. The E also, I actually forget off the top of my head. So 122 minus ord of E, 101. So that's 21. Yeah, oh, I already had it erased. So yeah, we know that this is gonna become a 1. This gets here. This becomes a 1, okay? So now we're here, right? So inside our hash map, oh, look at these same indices, 6, 21, 25, right? 6, 21, 25. Or we're gonna append T, okay? So T comes in here. So we have T here, okay? And back inside that outer loop. So we start here. So that T, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and erase these here, making zeros again, because remember, we're back here. And I left this there because notice how the very first character is T, and remember it mapped here, okay? So now we're still here, right? So we gotta come to A, and I remember A was 97, so 122 minus 97 gave us that 25, right? So A is what gets incremented to 1, okay? We're still here, so this comes here. We're at N. All right, so this is a new one. What is N? N is, so ord of Z minus ord of N, so 110. That gives us 12. Okay, so index 12 now, that's gonna get a plus 1. Now we have this. Okay, so this is unique now, right? We have a unique key. Okay, so let me also back this up a little bit more, bring this here. And where does that happen? That happens at tuple. So we have 6, and 25. Yep, a unique key. And that's going to give us tan, right? We're going to append the word. So tan now appended. And then now we are back here in this outer loop. So W comes here, C starts there, and everything here resets, right? So this becomes 0, 0, 0, 0. 122 minus order of character, which is A. This gives us the 25 again. So this becomes a 1. Now the inner loop continues, T. So 122 minus order of T, which is 116, gives us 8. Or sorry, 6. Yep, so this here plus equals 1. Then we go here. E was 101. So 122 minus 101 gives us 21. So this becomes a 1. And now we are done with this inner for loop, so we're here. So do we already have a key with 6, 21, and 25? We do, it's right there. And is 8 an anagram of T and eat? It is, right? So look how this works perfectly fine for us, right? So this is 8. And then now we're back in the outer loop. Okay, so this resets to 0. All right, very long explanation, but I'm doing it for you guys, right? Okay, so then now ord of, so 122 minus ord of n, which is 110, gives us 12. So this guy plus equals 1. So this comes here. And I remember now, this maps here. So this plus equals 1. Still forget the T though. So 120. So actually, let me update this. Okay. So 122 minus ord of T, which is 116. Oh yeah, that's right. That was 6. Okay. So 6, that becomes a 1. All right. And do we already have? So 6, 12, and 25. Okay. So we do have that. Yeah. So this right here, 6, 12, and 25, right? That gets nat. Or nat, actually, nat. Okay, so nat, N-A-T, and finally bat. So this comes here. So what is 1? So let me reset these. So this. So we get a 0, 0, 0. All right, so 122 minus the ord of B, which is 98, gives us 24. So 24 now, that gets a 1. And I just realized this is A, B, C, D, E, all the way to Z. Okay, where was I? Okay, yeah, so I just updated that B. And then A, remember A is right there. So this becomes a 1, all right. And then T, I believe that was index 6, but just to double check, ord of T gives us 116. Yes, it was 6. So here becomes a 1. And notice how this ends up being a unique key because there's no anagram inside of here for bat. All right, so how does that look like in the hash map? Tuple of 6, 24, 25, right? That looks unique to me. Okay, so now in here we get bat. And then we finally just return value for value in hashmap.values inside of this list here, right? And that's our answer, okay? So let's navigate over to LeetCode and solution up. So first and foremost, we need a hash map with a default dict list value, right? Okay. And then now for a word and our strings given input, let's construct a ord array. Okay. So 0 times 26. And then now for character in that word, ord array of the index where we have ord Z minus ord of that character. Let's increment its frequency count to plus equals 1. And then at this indentation level, so outside of the inner for loop, we convert the ord array to a tuple, and then we append that current word, right? And then at the very end, we'll just return value for value and HashMap call the values method, right? So we're using list comprehension to extract all the values. So I test this out, it passes the initial test cases. I submit this, and wonderful, we have a working solution. But let's go talk about the time and the space, okay? So the time complexity is equal to n times m, where n is the size of the given input, so that's that outer for loop, and m is the length of the word, because we're doing for each character in that word, right? So n times m, that's the time. And then the space is also equal to n times m as well, because look at this hash map that we're building. We're storing each data, each piece of information from this n times m for loop, right? So that's why the space is also n times m. So whatever platform you're on, if you find value in my videos, comment, like, subscribe, follow, and I'll see you in the next one.